Welcome back to the channel. You guys know, man, we got another real life situation reaction. We're gonna break it down for you guys today, right? Hey, but before we get started with this whole reaction, gente, make sure you guys smash on that like button or smash on that dislike button, whatever suits you guys best, of course, because at the end of the day, that's what's important, right? And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you smash on that notification bell. Hey, and if you haven't turned on the notification bell, make sure you smash on all so you could be notified when we come with these real life videos for you guys, right? So as you guys all know, this reaction, you've seen the thumbnail. This reaction is going to be based off of Big Tim's from Mariloma Dodge Street, Riverside County, the Inland Empire. And as you all know, it's based off of, I believe he said his name was Pastor Criminal, right? Commissioner, can he even use criminal anymore? Pastor Criminal from Silver Lake, Los Angeles County, right? So let's talk a little bit about this whole wild situation, right? So as you all know, Mr. Criminal has fell out of favor with a lot of individuals and right now is in a really situation where, not in, nobody wants to be in that position, right? Let's be honest. Mr. Criminal's in a position where overnight his career is gone. His reputation, all the years as a rapper that he put in are all gone now from, for what he did to, allegedly to ban Diablo from the east side of Banning Sopple's gang, right? Out the Inland Empire, out of the east side of Banning. So as you all know, Big Tim's was a big supporter of Mr. Criminal, right? And it's not Big Tim's fault. Big Tim's just being a righteous camarada, a righteous brother, a righteous homie, because Big Tim's is known to be a solid homie, right? Through the IE, Big Tim's is known to be a solid individual. So as you all know, Big Tim's used to have his own label, Stay Solid Entertainment, which he left it. He left the label. He left it to some homies, and he went to the crime family, right? And he was with the crime family for quite some time. So as you all know, they were doing podcasts together. They were talking about, fools on the internet talking too much, acting all gangster, really ain't gangster, calling out names, and Mr. Pastor Criminal was right there, falsifying, false flagging, right? Without anybody knowing it, right? So Big Tim's, you know, was basically Mr. Criminal's G card, basically, because if you look at it, the way I look at it, Mr. Criminal leached off of Big Tim's. He kept Big Tim's around because Big Tim's had, his name rang bells and, he kicks it with, active homie, good homies, solid homies, right? And, if Mr. Criminal is associated with Big Tim's, well, hey, Mr. Criminal must be good too, right? He must be a solid homie, so everybody's gonna respect that right away by the caliber of individual that you surround yourself with, right? So Big Tim's for a long time was backing up Mr. Criminal, standing with them on beefs, they were both going ham, on the internet, talking on like, high powered this, saying F podcasters. Mr. Criminal was pumping up, you know, he was pumping them up, right? So as you all know, recently, Diablo from the east side of Banning dropped a diss track, right? Calling out Mr. Criminal and calling him a snitch and calling him a documentary snitch and, you know, so today, as you all know, there was a concert in Alonso right here in the Inland Empire, right? OG King Thunder was there, and above it shows they actually performed that song live. The homies performed that song live at the concert, and these are the screenshots above, right? But the crazy part about the trip me out is that I was going through my feed, right, and then I see Big Tim's, right, and he's previewing a track, right, and it's called "My Actions Speak for Itself," and I'm like, that right there is like a subliminal to me. Is like, okay, on American Cholo, as you guys all remember, he said that he left the crime family because what's done in the dark will come to the light. And he didn't say exactly what it was, but days later we found out exactly what it was. So now Mr. Big Tim's from Mariloma, he previewed this track, and I'm gonna play the audio for you right now. And I did take out the beat. I'm just gonna play the vocal due to copyright. I don't want to get copyrighted for the beat, so I'm gonna play the vocal. But listen to the lyrics, and it's gonna tell you a story, and it's gonna match up with Diablo's story. It's kind of like they're clowning this. They're clowning Mr. Criminal. They are really clowning him, like you know. And you know what? Sad thing to say is that Mr. Criminal's better off just like calling it quits on all platforms and just being gone. So let's play this clip from Big Tim's from Mariloma Dot Street, the Inland Empire. Let's go. All right, you guys ready?
Messed up, looking like some cheese. Playing the part with no heart, saying you're from the streets. Homie, please. Say that lies that you speak. All it does is make your character look weak. Been investigated, pad rated by the feds. Request for my discovery. Read what these snitches said. These in the toe. See them dressed up, looking like some cheese. Playing the part with no heart, saying you're from the streets. Homie, please. Say that lies that you speak. All it does is make your character look weak. Been investigated, pad rated by the feds. Request for my discovery. Read what these snitches said.
Damn. So you basically heard what he said, right? He basically said, got raided by the feds. He says, got raided by the feds, read my discovery, and read what these BSs said. Now that right there coincides with Mr. Diablo from the east side of Banning. The tracks are too similar. Like, and this right here, he's dropping it soon. So of course, it's gonna be it's gonna be a diss track towards Mr. Criminal for snitching, right? Like, and then they performed it today at the concert. Hey, I just think it's a wild, wild situation for Mr. Criminal. He is definitely in some very, very hot water, hotter than anybody could think right now. Because let me tell you something, he done messed with he did the most dishonorable thing, and then to somebody who he called his brother, who was on his label, who would sleep on his couch, right? So once again, man, watch who you listen to. I always knew it, like, and it's crazy because I used to listen to Mr. Criminal back in the day, and I really thought that fool was with the business, right? But then when I started to talk to him and get to know him, I started to see a lot of flaws, homie. And I'm not speaking out of bad intention. I'm just speaking from the heart, how I feel. I don't wish no bad upon that man, but karma's karma, and it's gonna come around, and it's gonna come around when you least expect it. So don't forget to smash on that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about this wild, crazy situation. Big Tim's dropping a diss track. Is it Mr. Criminal? I'm pretty sure he's dropping that diss track on Mr. Criminal, because like what it says in the track, and then what he titled it, what he titled it. Like I said, if you could read in between the lines, you already know what time it is, right? So make sure you smash on that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. With that being said, I'm gone.